And now you can say your number.
Take 3,333. Not to be the Illuminati, but the 333 stuff.
Vagina.
Coming to you live from the cabin again.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's very cold. And this weather could totally make its mind up. 50 to 60 degrees one day, back to 30 and a -2 wind chill. I'm over it.
I know.
But on the good side, the sheds are really popping.
Yeah, you did.
Found a monster yesterday. Should have brought it in so I could show everybody, but it's outside in the truck, and I'm not walking back out there because it's cold.
No, it's fucking cold. It was snowing earlier today. Shout out to the Chiefs. They won.
Called it.
We
Called
were
it.
behind or whatever, but I really don't care.
That's all right.
We did call that. It was a good game.
It was a good game. It was intense to say the least.
So, story behind this episode, I guess we'll dive right in. Before we dive in, I had this question for you. I was listening to Dr. Lupo today, the guy I watch all the time.
Right.
And he's like, usually during his first hour of his stream, he always has to go take a shit. I don't know why. So he's like, he had one of those, I don't know what you call them, thoughts while he was pooping. And he's like,
an epiphany.
Because he ran out of toilet paper.
A pooping epiphany.
Yeah, there you go. He ran out of toilet paper. And so he's like, my brain, because he has ADHD as well. And he's like, my brain started thinking. He said, what would you do in this situation, okay?
Okay.
You're at home.
Yeah.
You're by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? You're taking a shit.
Yeah.
You get done, you realize, oh, I'm out of toilet paper.
I do the poop waddle.
Well, hold on. But you hear somebody break into your house. Like you hear a window shatter and you hear somebody coming in your house. You can hear all this. Do you just jump up, dirty ass and all?
Oh, no. I dig a handful of that shit out and chase them with it. I'm slapping them with a shitty hand.
He said, do you get up with a dirty asshole and you just go at it? You're running in.
Yeah.
Or are you finding something to wipe your ass because you don't want to feel that running through your house?
I'm going dirty ass, handful of shit. I'm dick swinging, coming at him. It's on.
The lady he was playing with, her name's Ames. And she's a girl, and she's like, I'm jumping up dirty ass, I'm fucking them up, and so that way they know when I have them on the ground, my ass is dirty.
Yes. I'll be doing the little dog scoop on them. Like it's on.
No, that was the question I had for you earlier. I was like,
that's awesome.
My reaction was, I'm just gonna open the door and shoot out the door.
Well, that too. I mean, I have a pistol right there by the toilet, so.
But it's like,
but I still think I want to chase him with a dirty ass and a handful of poop before I shot him. I would, just for the story.
Yeah. But no, that was the question of the day. What would you do in that situation? I'll put that on the video. I'll pause it and be like,
what would you do?
Leave your comment now, and then we'll see who comments and says what they would do in that shitty situation.
I'd chase him down with poop.
But no. So the Chiefs parade, you were there.
Oh yeah, took the boys. We went up. We had a blast.
I'll have you send me some photos and I'll throw them pictures up there.
I was on Good Morning in America.
Yeah, you were for a split second. I watched it.
Yeah. Me and Darrell Daniels.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then
I'll sign autographs if you need them.
Everybody that knows the ending of that didn't go so hot. But that's kind of led us to this subject of what we're going to talk about is I watched a TikTok video.
Right.
Of a guy that said, and you probably saw it too.
Right.
And he said, if you're in a whether you're in a state that you have to have concealed carry or like us, you don't. I mean, whenever you put that pistol or whatever you carry, I mean, some people carry, shotguns in their boots or whatever. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, I saw a TikTok video of a guy that was carrying AR-15 fucking fishing.
Right.
If he said, whenever you carry a concealed carry weapon, you're not just protecting yourself. You're signing up to protect anybody around you that is in harm's way.
For sure.
I totally agreed.
I'm that way without a concealed carry. Even though I have mine, like if I've got a gun on me and it comes down to it, I'm protecting whoever I can.
Yeah. And so in the situation of the Chiefs game, or the Chiefs parade, there was a shooting in the crowd.
Right.
And there's different videos I've watched.
Not to spiral down a wormhole, but I heard that there were 2 illegals.
Oh yeah, we can't go there.
Yeah.
But supposedly 3, but 2 of, I mean, for sure they have one guy. But you can hear it in the video, and I'll find the video and maybe I'll throw it in there so maybe you can listen to it and hear it yourself. But there's what sounds like pistol shots, 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
And I guess that guy was shooting through a backpack at somebody, like had the gun in the backpack and was just firing through the backpack.
What an idiot.
And then you hear a faint, you just hear this fucking full auto go off.
Really?
And I'm like, that explains why there was fucking 22 people that got shot.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, because you're not going to fire 5 rounds out of a pistol and hurt 22 fucking people.
Right.
Unless you're shooting certain ammo, but I mean, still.
And even that, you're not going to punch through 3 or 4 people with 1 bullet.
No. And, but yeah, I like having a concealed carry. I feel like yes, you're protecting yourself and your family or whoever's with you.
For sure.
But like, do agree with you kind of sign up for that role. It's not really a role, but like you're not signing a document or nothing, but like you kind of just
it's an unspoken truth. Like
yeah.
I had a gun on me at the parade. I didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say, "Oh, it's gun control problems. It's gun control problems." Or shit.
Yeah.
It's mental health problems.
Very much.
It's a problem with society as a whole. It's a problem with people growing up in a household where they're mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, abused.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not all of it, but that's a scenario. I mean, there's so many issues with people these days, and it's became so politically correct to be an emotional mess,
Mm-hmm.
and people just deal with it rather than getting help or getting that particular person help.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to the parade. We were right in the middle of the parade route, batting 1,000. I don't know how we even did it. We ended up being right in the spot where all the buses stopped and the players climbed off the bus. Middle of the parade route. They were handing out beers. Like, I'm sure you saw how drunk Travis Kelce got.
Oh, his mom literally opened a beer bottle for him to take a drink off the Lombardi Trophy.
Like, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They weren't trashed when they were. I mean, I'm sure they got trashed on the way rest of the day.
Yeah.
But when they got to us, they were all just in party mode.
Having fun.
Yeah, they were all pretty good. And I can't say enough good about how decent and humanly the Chiefs players were.
Yeah.
Like, they all went out of their way to walk up. I think at one point in time, we had 6 or 7 boys between the ages of 16 and 10 in front of me. Rashid Rice come right up and started signing stuff for him.
Yeah.
Pacheco come right up, dancing around, high-fiving. I never could get a good picture of Pacheco, even though I wanted to, because he was dancing so much I kept getting a picture of the back of his head.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, all of the offensive and defensive linemen, those guys are giants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. You don't realize how big they are on TV until they're standing 3 foot from you. Those dudes are machines.
Oh, yeah.
Like, huge. I would not want to be an NFL quarterback knowing that big bastard's coming after me.
There's a reason why they're like 370 pounds and can run a 40 in 5 seconds.
Oh, just a ball of muscle.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, from my aspect, the people were great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we had a blast. We left at 4 in the morning, drove up there, I think we got there like 5:30. Still dark out. Got all the kids and my buddy's wife unloaded. They went up and got us a spot right on the barricade. We went like 13 blocks the other direction and parked. Got up there, stood from 5:30. The first bus with the players on it didn't get in front of us until 11:15.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And it's, you would think that would be boring. All the cops were great. I can't say enough about all the law enforcement that was there. They had the parade route blocked off with those metal grates,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids are playing catch with these other kids back and forth across the parade route. If the ball didn't make it, the cops were like, "Hey, you can jump over, grab it, whatever." They'd let them jump. They was running down the middle of the parade route, grabbing footballs and playing catch. They were great. I mean, we had a great time. But it was fairly warm.
Yeah.
And at 9 o'clock in the morning, I already started seeing people that were murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Like, been drinking all night. And I guess at midnight the night before, on Tuesday night, they started letting people set up in front of Union Station.
Yeah, I seen.
So there are some people that have been there all night.
I've seen some people brought tents.
Yeah.
And they slept in tents till a certain time and put the tents
And
up.
you know as well as I do, there ain't nothing that likes to party more than a Chiefs fan. So I'm sure they were partying all night.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure it was rowdy. And that's not excusing what happened.
Well, what they said, so to go back to that, they said what happened is the people that supposedly shot said people, this is a story that I've seen.
Right.
Because they haven't released any actual anything at all.
Just hearsays right now.
And they said that these people had been arguing with people around them because it was like they were standing on top of each other. Well, anybody that watches this that has been to concerts, if you buy general admission and you're down on the floor of a
You're
concert,
going to get stepped on.
You're getting pushed around, shoved. I mean, you're getting stepped on, instant or accidental elbow.
Your personal bubble does not exist anymore.
So it's just like being at a fucking concert.
Yeah.
Just have respect for people around you.
And 500,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. We left right after the parade, the end of the parade past us.
Yeah.
We were at 11th and Grand,
Yeah.
which is about, I'm guessing, about 8 blocks from Union Station.
Yeah, it is.
So once the last one went by us, both of the boys that were with me, they're like, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
My youngest and his buddy, I was like, all right, let's roll. So we took off. We got to the car, got back out on I-35, and as we're driving south there, right before you cross over Southwest Boulevard, you could look back to the left and see all the people. And literally from Liberty Memorial, that whole hill was red.
Oh, yeah.
And all the way back into Crown Center, like all of it. It was just people everywhere. There were literally cars parked in the grass on the edge of I-35.
To watch it.
Almost blocking the exit ramps.
Yeah.
Like they were right up to the exit ramp. So your personal bubble doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
But, I mean, here's my thing. Is then there's a story of people saying that these 3 individuals are walking around with backpacks and ski masks on.
Nobody was walking around with a
My
ski
thing
mask.
is if you're walking around with a ski mask on, 90% of them ski masks are going to say Chiefs on them. They're going to blend in. You're going to want to blend in.
Yeah.
What people were saying, I'm like, that's not true.
That
Like,
can't be.
if you look out of place,
Somebody's
someone
gonna
is
say
going to
something.
say something to an officer. Like, that guy, there's something weird about him. He's acting funny.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a shit who you are. I did all the studies on the Boston Marathon fucking bombings. I've done a lot of research on a lot of things. It always intrigues me how they figure that shit out.
Right.
And the people that do these things don't act natural.
No.
They act out of fucking place.
That's because they're not natural. Something's wrong.
Yeah, there's something mentally wrong, or they've been
Something's
brainwashed
wrong
or
in your
whatever.
head if you want to hurt people.
And so, like, my thing is carrying a pistol in your backpack, fine. It's for your personal protection. That's fine.
Sure.
Why it's in your backpack? You got to go through a lot of shit to pull that thing out, but whatever. And then, like, 2, like, the video I found of what sounds like fully auto, like, I understand they can't check everybody who's there.
Right.
But I mean, most people that look at a place carrying a backpack is going to catch an officer's fucking attention, and they're going to search said backpack. But, like, why would...
Yes and no. I've seen a lot of backpacks there.
Yeah.
Just, a couple of the people that were standing with us had backpacks just because they have kids.
Yeah.
Carrying,
Oh, yeah, but that's like a
snacks
mom and their
stuff.
kid and stuff like
Right.
that. But if you're seeing 3 individuals walking randomly that don't look like they're supposed to... Because from what I've seen, a couple of the pictures and a couple of the videos, they didn't look like Chiefs fans. They weren't wearing red. They weren't wearing anything spectacular that says... Because, you know, I'm sure you knew most people there were wearing Chiefs.
At least one article of clothing that they had
That was
on
fucking red.
had something to do with the Chiefs.
I'm trying to
I
find
did
this.
see one guy that I didn't quite understand. He was wearing all blue.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me off. I'm like, oh, there's a Royals fan. Well, it doesn't say Royals anywhere on it. It's just literally he had a blue hat, a blue shirt, a pair of blue jeans, and his
Let's
tennis
see.
shoes were even
I'm
blue.
trying to find this video so I can let you listen to the audio.
Okay.
But
no, I think as a whole, I don't know how you put it. As a whole, I think people genuinely are good, and I don't think. I mean, they had a couple. We talked to a couple of the cops because one of my buddies that was with me was friends with one of the cops that was working the parade route. And he said, oh, yeah, he said we had a drunk couple earlier that we had to break up. And then we had a couple of guys arguing over whose beer was whose. He said we had to neutralize that. He said, but for the most part, he said everybody's just having a good time. Because we had genuinely asked, is it getting rowdy? Have you had issues today? You know, any of that.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's been good. He said just a couple of little small things, but everybody was, you know, once they injected themselves into the situation, they were all like, oh, okay, no, we're good. The part that cracked me up the most out of the whole deal, I shouldn't say cracked me up because I don't want to try to play light of the situation. I had 75 calls, text messages, people everywhere. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? And I'm like, yeah, we're already home. Literally by the time this all made the news or publicized or people really figured out what was going on, I'd already made that hour drive home. But they said the players had already left the stage before any of this happened, too.
I'm trying to. Where'd the sound go? I just had it.
It's the Mandela effect. There was never any sound. You just thought there was.
Okay. If you listen to that, very faintly because the music's kind of in there.
Okay.
But if you click on it, see you hear the pop, 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 and then the pop, 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 like.
Yeah, I think that was just pistols. I think you're just hearing the report echoing back off of
Maybe.
Union Station. Because that's pretty echoey down there. I've been to Rockfest down there.
Yeah.
And when they had it on the hillside like that, and that's the reason they only did it 1 year, because the echo was so bad off of Union Station that it was messing with the bands and they couldn't hear themselves good.
See, there was a video that you could hear it.
Because that's almost like a natural amphitheater, the way that's all
Or
set
that
up.
might have
down
been
there.
what it was, is the way that they were shooting multiples
Right.
of. Was that it sounded like a lot
the
at one
echo.
time.
But still, I mean, you figured there was one person dead and 22 injured?
Yeah.
And
12 were kids,
22 injured.
12 were children.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 clips
What
out of a
I mean,
high-capacity
so-
magazine,
so
and you'd get 22 people.
what I was getting at for this whole thing was, you say for instance because you know a lot of us carry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
I had a gun on me.
I have a gun everywhere I go. I mean, there's
Always.
a gun out in my car now. Do I need it where I'm at? No. No, I don't.
But if I did,
Yeah, but say because you weren't there, and we're just speaking hypothetically. I'll put it in big fucking words right across the screen. We're hypothetically speaking here, people, because we've never been in that situation.
no, and I probably never have to.
Yeah, I never have to, but like in that situation, because they always say, "Oh, you can say anything you want to," but like in the heat of the moment, you lose all train of thought. But I
No.
feel like I'm there. Say I'm in your shoes, or you're in your shoes still. I have my kids with me. 2 things are gonna happen, and for me, if it's me and my already, 2 things are gonna happen. She's taking the kids and she's running.
Yeah.
You get the hell out of here. I
Yeah.
know what I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm going, because if I can see what's going on, I'm going to stop the situation. Because I don't give a shit what you say. If he's 6, 7, 8 feet from me, I can see him shooting. I am getting to you, and I'm putting that summons to your back and pulling that fucking trigger. I'm gonna watch you drop.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna kill you, but I'm gonna make you be in a wheelchair with a bullet to your spine.
Oh no, I'm gonna kill him.
Because
If I have to pull, and I don't mean to sound mean, but if I have to pull my weapon out of the holster,
yeah,
they're gonna die.
yeah.
That's all there is to it.
But I mean, like, now if it's just
and
me and my kids,
I'm not gonna send. And I'm not saying you're wrong, because in different scenarios it's different. In my mind, first thing I'm going to do is figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put myself between me,
Oh, yeah.
or between them and whoever's with me.
Mhm.
But I don't want them to run off. I don't want to send them. It's different if you had your girlfriend with you or your wife, and she could go with the kids.
Yeah,
that's different.
That's what I'm saying.
But in the instance where my wife was sick,
Yeah.
so she stayed home. So it was just me and the two boys, my youngest son
you guys are behind
and
me.
his buddy. I told them, I told them on the way up there, you don't want things like this to happen, but you always want to make sure you have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I said, if anything was to happen, you get behind me, and we're going to work our way out of wherever we're at.
Use your hands in my back pocket.
But we're never, and I've went to classes on this. I used to shoot action pistol match, and we go through scenarios. You never turn your back to the threat.
No.
The biggest problem with people getting shot is they turn and run.
Mm-hmm.
I might run. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm a tough guy and I'm going to go right at the situation or whatever. I might try to remove myself from the situation, but I'm going to do it slowly.
Yeah.
I'm going to be methodical about it, and I'm going to back away with my gun out. And if that threat turns toward me, I'm neutralizing it in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not going to try to cripple you. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make sure that by the time the bad guy hits the ground, he ain't breathing. It's like that. Have you watched that? There's a lot of short clips out on TikTok of him, and I love him. I can't think of his name right off the back, or off the top of my head, but it's Thunder Ranch.
Mm.
And he says it better than anybody I've ever heard. He goes, pistols put holes in things.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Rifles put bigger holes in things. He goes, and a 12-gauge shotgun will take a chunk of your ass off and relocate.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Like, when we got up there, we dropped the kids off. We had to go park. Well, I got my pistol out and put it in my pocket as we're walking back. And my buddy who's with me, he goes, why'd you run back to the car? I said, I had to grab a pistol. And he's like, damn, I forgot mine. I said, I don't ever forget mine.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, now I feel safer. That is all, at the end of the day, it's for.
Yeah.
It's for security. It's for
reassurance,
self-preservation, and a little bit, and I don't want to sound weird or say cocky, but a little bit of, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because if shit went down in my area like it did up there, those cops wouldn't have been chasing down a dude running.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been picking up a shot guy off the ground and probably cuffing me till they realized I was the guy trying to stop it.
Yeah.
There you go again. I watched a training video per se here a while back with a guy that we watch all the time, John Ryan. And they asked him, if he was in an active shooter situation like that, he had to neutralize the threat, what would be his immediate action afterwards? He said, as soon as I know the threat's neutralized, drop my gun, put my hands on my head, get on my knees, and tell the cop, I was just helping. I was just helping. He said, don't say anything else. Let him know you were trying to neutralize it just like they were. I was just helping. And wait until, you're cuffed or whatever. Also, in that same aspect, just short of being malicious, when I took my concealed carry, the guy that trained us and that did our class was ex-Kansas Highway Patrol. And disclaimer, this is not a legal way to say something. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know this to be 100% true. I'm just telling you what he told me. He said, dead men don't testify. He said, if you have to use your gun, you shoot to kill.
Yeah.
If they're threatening your life, but you don't want to be malicious. Like, if you shoot a guy 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, and his ass hits the ground, it's done.
Yeah, it's over.
You don't need to walk up and put the rest of the clip in him.
No.
Because, I'm telling you that I know this for a fact, if they walk up and they roll that body over, even if he was the bad guy and he really done bad stuff and you really did a good thing by stopping him, if they roll that body over and they dig 2 bullets out of the dirt underneath him, you're just as bad off as him because then it's malicious.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I hope I never have to use my gun.
Oh no.
But at the same breath, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be trained with my gun, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah. But no, that was like a topic I was just wondering about. Like, I hope people never have to be in those situations, and I don't know why. I've seen all the conspiracy theory shit behind it. I sent you a TikTok video today, and I didn't understand that one. I didn't understand all the numbers and where the fuck they came from.
Ooh,
but
those are good.
Oh, dude. It's a little weird at first. Shout out to Monster for their alcoholic beverages.
Oh,
these are the Nasty Beast hard teas.
The hard tea and lemonade. Wow, that's dangerous,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like I'm curious to know, like, because that's like,
I want to know what everybody else would do in this situation.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear some other thoughts because
that's like that TikTok video. I'm sure you've seen it going around. How they interviewed all them moms, and they're like, "Would you kill somebody for your child?" And every one of them said no, except for the last mom, and she's like, "Yeah, I would." And then it cuts to like, you know, moms or like, you know, there's him and doing tax shooting and shit like that. But like, concealed carry to me, I have guns in my house.
I would do unspeakable things.
And not a concealed theory or concealed carry. But like, that whole law with the when someone gets in your home, it's a fine line to shoot to kill. It depends. You know,
no, it's not.
Well, here for a while, it had to be. You know, what was it? I remember there was a court case where someone broke in his home, he shot them, they died. Mm-hmm. Well, he went to prison for murder.
No.
And it was because he wasn't harmed in any way. He was not
That's the idea. You don't want to be harmed.
Then they're like, well, you have to be put in harm. Like, you have to be like, you have to fear for your life. I'm not going to get to that fucking point.
No.
Like, I'm not going to. I have guns in my house for every scenario. I'm just saying, whatever I can grab the fastest, whether it is an AR, whether it is a pistol, whether it is a fucking 12-gauge shotgun, because I'm just saying, I don't give a shit what you say. This is my opinion. What you say. If I was a fucking thief and a thug or whatever, and I broke into somebody's house, and all I heard was a 12-gauge racking a shell,
I'd run.
I'm going the fucking way I came in.
I'm going the other direction.
That's the most intimidating fucking sound on the planet.
Even if there's not a round in the gun, that sound could send chills down your spine.
That's why my stepmother, and it's hilarious. I was at my dad's. He was showing me a gun he had bought, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was a little short, fucking tactical shotgun, 12-gauge pump shotgun. I said, "What is that?" He was like, "That was your stepmom's home defensive choice. That's what she chose." And I said, "Why?" And he was like, "Because you tell me that sound when you wreck a shell doesn't scare you."
Oh.
I said, "It would." And could you imagine? I would rather take a 9 to the chest than a 12-gauge slug or triple BB to the ass.
Oh, yeah.
That one bullet, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But could you imagine 100 fucking steel BBs or a fucking slug coming at you?
No, like that guy says on that TikTok, that will remove a chunk of shit
that will
from your body
off your body
and relocate it.
That
yes.
will poke a hole and maybe come out the other side or maybe stay in there. Bone. But I mean, that 12-gauge is gonna rip that motherfucking leg almost off.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like home defense, like I've seen people talk about it and they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna shoot anybody. I'm not gonna harm. I'm gonna hide in the bathroom."
That's just like the great state of California.
Right?
They're
shit talk them all day.
Their whole deal with if it's not, what is it? If it's not over $900, I think that people shoplifting.
Yeah.
If it's not over $900, they're not allowed to even try to pursue them. They're not going to prosecute them. Nothing. I'm sorry, but where I come from, $900 is a lot of money.
I've been shot at for trespassing, and I wasn't even trespassing on purpose. I thought we had permission to be there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. I've been shot at with shotguns from a farmer's fucking truck and shot at with rounds that whiz by. They're not trying to kill you. They're just trying to get your fucking attention. And that scared the dog piss out of me.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even hit me. I mean, I've been peppered before for fucking pheasant hunting. But I mean, like, that's not getting shot. But I mean, yeah, like, from where we live and, you know, country folk people, whatever you want to fucking call us, try that in a small town bullshit. You can hate the video all you want to. But, Most people don't even. If you pull in the driveway and alert the fucking dogs, and they don't notice your vehicle, the hair on the back of their neck stands up. Goes, "Oh, today's the fucking day."
My whole thing
I mean-
is, if somebody shows up at my house unannounced, I'm not that weird doomsday prepper that's going to meet you in the driveway with a gun.
No.
It's not like that. I don't need to even be construed like that. But if my family's asleep
Mhm.
and I'm in bed and I wake up to a noise in my house and I realize, because I'm not going to just run in there guns blazing,
You
it
know,
could be my
in the
kid.
whitey tidies.
Yeah, it could be my kid got up in the middle of the night wanting a snack or something, you know. You have to think about everything. But if I figure out that somebody's in my house
Mhm.
that's not supposed to be there,
You're not making it out.
I'm not going to have a conversation with them.
Mhm.
I'm not going to wait long enough to find out why they're there.
Mhm.
They shouldn't be there. We'll talk about it after the cops get there if you're still alive.
Yeah.
Or when you wake up from the coma, I'm about to put you in. I'm sorry, but after dark,
Yeah.
you go walking in somebody's house. That's basically, in a roundabout way, an invisible signature on a death warrant.
Oh yeah. Oh, hands down.
But to the same effect, it's sad that we live in a world where things that happened at that Chiefs parade happen.
Oh,
I mean, it hurts my heart to know that you can't get the whole state of Kansas together for a giant cake party and celebrate.
Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas, Missouri, it's Kansas City Chiefs. But, I mean, you can't get everybody together in one area, have a few beers, have fun, celebrate the fact that we don't suck anymore, because we did for a very long time.
And I'm pretty sure we're the first team to ever have this happen to.
We're the first team to go back to back.
No, not that. I'm talking about the shooting at the.
Oh, well, yeah.
the parade.
That's just because that's the new media craze, is to promote all of the mass shootings.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm 46 years old, not 65 or whatever that guy said in one of the comments. But me growing up, I never thought I'd see the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. We were what the Dallas Cowboys are now. I mean, we'd make it to the playoffs, but we'd lose the very first game. I grew up in the Marty Schottenheimer era.
Mm-hmm.
We had great players, but we had no game plan, and we never could get anywhere. So the fact that I've got to see the Chiefs win 3 times and go to the Super Bowl 4 times in my lifetime is enough of a shock. Why can't we just go celebrate it, have fun, and get along?
I've seen the Chiefs win 3 Super Bowls.
I got to see the Royals win a World Series.
Go to back-to-back World Series.
Yeah,
And I got to watch KU win multiple national championships.
I was
And I'm a KU fan. Whoever says that they suck,
I got to watch them win the Big 12 live, last year?
Mm-hmm.
And then they turned around and won the national championship last year. So, I mean, I'm not a huge...
Technically one game out from being in the Big 12 championship in football.
Right. And I mean, I'm not a huge sports fan, but I'm a local sports fan.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're doing as good as we are shocks me, quite frankly, but it's super cool too. I just hate it that whether they were illegals or what the whole scenario finally ever deems truthful. I
Mhm.
mean, if we ever find out the exact truth, which
won't.
probably won't, it just sucks that people have to be the way they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I would do, and I know I can map you out a game plan, but for instance, my mom, when she was still alive, when the first time she ever coded, we were at my grandma's house on a Sunday having lunch. We used to do it every Sunday. We were sitting there, my mom was sitting there, and there was people that worked in hospitals. And they, when she just fell over, like everybody stopped moving. And even those people were just in shock.
In disbelief.
Me, not so much. I mean, and but it's like I'm curious to know in that scenario, like say the Chiefs game, if it happens like right in front of you, is your first reaction to draw and shoot, or is it to where the fuck is my kids? Like, are you?
Oh, my first reaction, I guarantee, would be, where's my kids?
Yeah.
Make sure they're good. Get my gun out. Still, I mean, I think people think sometimes too when it comes to carrying a gun, you're just going to pull it out and start blazing.
I'm a pistol whip somebody.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I understand what's going on.
Yeah, but it's crazy because in those split seconds feels like a fucking eternity.
Oh, it's a lifetime.
Oh yeah, it's fucking wild.
Lifetime.
And I mean, hearts go out to the families and shit that were involved.
Yes, and I hope.
It sucks that fucking kids were involved.
I was
too.
just getting ready to say, I hope all the kids are okay for one, but I hope they found out who the kids were, because I had heard that there was
like the bottom of the can.
like there was 9 kids in the hospital and their
12.
parents hadn't even claimed them yet.
12.
12.
All the kids got sent to the Children's Mercy, which was fucking 3 blocks up the street.
Like there's no way
And-
my kid would have ended up in Children's Mercy and I not known about it.
Seen Children's Mercy had posted that all the kids were going to make a recovery, be fine.
Thank
and
the
that,
Lord for that.
That they hadn't been, none of the children had been spoken for parents yet. And this was like 6 hours later.
That's insane.
And in my fucking head, I'm going, my daughter in her school went to the field trip, like say they take a field trip to go see the parade, which I would be okay with.
Yeah.
Like, you just fucking fine, yeah, fucking go. But like, if I had got word that there was a shooting, I am getting in my fucking car and I'm driving, and the entire way to Kansas City, which is about an hour, at that rate, 45 fucking minutes for me, because I'm putting I'm just fucking flooring it. I'm calling every fucking hospital. I mean,
Yeah.
because if I'm calling police stations and saying, my name is this, these are my children's names, I will send you fucking I've been doing everything I can.
Yeah.
But it's like 6 hours later, these kids are still in the hospital.
When the shooting happened, what happened? Did the parents just bail and take off running?
I don't fucking know. No one knows. Hopefully now they're all.
I hope.
The parents found their children, whatever. But it's like, and maybe they couldn't get it through because I'm sure police fucking phone lines were going ape shit. I mean, you said you had like fucking 30 people calling and messaging you.
I had my niece call me,
Yeah.
and I guess it happened right after they left. They were down at
Yeah.
Union Station, and I had a couple other people call me that were at Union Station, and it happened right after they left.
Yeah.
So I think it was a situation that was boiling
Yeah.
for a while.
That's what they had said was going on.
And as people started to filter out, it escalated and came to a head.
I think some of that push come to shove, it just happened.
Yeah, and I hate that.
I get that point. Like, my thing is I feel like maybe something they learned from this is alcohol shouldn't be allowed. Like, 'cause I mean, if you think about it, alcohol will cause you to do some dumb shit. I mean, I'm more likely to, me as a person who fought before, if I have a few drinks or I'm into that feeling good stage and you fuck up that stage, I'm more likely to I'm
Throw down.
You just piss me off.
Yeah.
And that's why they call it, you hit with fucking courage. Like, it'll make you do whatever. But like,
Okay, on that aspect, I got a question for you. Because I already know how I feel about it. Okay.
no, you keep talking.
I already know how I feel about it. But I kind of want your opinion and maybe some other people's opinions as well. So I like to drink, and I get that all the players of the Chiefs,
Daddy's back.
they're rich, they're famous.
Oh, yeah.
They just won the Super Bowl. They're the big talk on the town. But I feel like there's a time and a place for celebrating and acting a fool. Do I think these guys shouldn't be allowed to drink? No, I don't. I mean, they should be allowed to drink and have fun and everything.
I mean, they kind of earned it. I mean,
And they did earn it. But they can have an after party.
oh yeah.
And they can have an after party. And they can have an after party.
Mm-hmm.
Do they really need to be getting hammered drunk
No.
during the parade?
No, I mean,
I know you want to go out and celebrate. You got 500,000 people there that want to see you
here's my
and
thing,
watch
like,
you religiously. keep your cool, keep your head, act like a human until the parade's over
Yeah.
and the rally's over, and then get rowdy.
I feel like they can have you.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, I'm not for sure if Patrick Mahomes just likes Coors Light, which shout out to him, but or if he's like some kind of sponsorship thing, because he has like when he does his golf shit that they do in the off season.
Right.
He's always drinking Coors Light. He always has a Coors Light, so maybe it's like a partnership thing. I don't know. Travis Kelce's a Bud Light dude. I mean, just because it's been that way since, and Bud Light still sponsors a lot of football shit. But do I think they can have something? Yes, I think once they get to a certain point,
Somebody
think
needs
they
to be
should
there
be
cutting
like-
them off.
I think they should be like, this is all we have. When it's gone, we're done.
Yes.
That's it.
Because,
You're gonna bring that out in your fans.
well, and that's where I was getting. I'm not talking bad about any of them because I think they're great athletes. And I genuinely think, for the most part, the Chiefs have a lot of players that are good humans, too.
Oh yeah. Well, you should have seen what they did after the shooting.
Yeah, and I know Kelsey and Taylor Swift's the big talk of the town and yada, yada, yada. And there was even Swifties there with signs thinking she was going to be there,
She was
even
in
though,
Australia.
yeah, even though she's halfway across the world. I was kind of disappointed in him.
He got fucked.
He
up.
got so drunk, he couldn't even hardly talk, let alone stand up.
Let alone seeing fucking Garth Brooks.
Yeah, and I watched that video of him trying to sing Garth Brooks, and all I could think was, and I'm not judging. I want to be clear on that. I'm not judging, because I'm not saying a guy like him with that much money shouldn't be able to drink and get rowdy and have fun. I get that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that, but
Make millions.
at the end of the day, I think those guys need to remember too, they're not just athletes, they're role models. And if you see a guy that you look up to and that you watch every week play the hell out of football,
Greatest tight end.
yeah, arguably he's one of the greatest players to play the game. And you see him completely drunk, acting a fucking fool, and can't hardly stand up.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of image is that putting in kids' heads?
I don't know. I still idolize Jason Kelsey though.
That's not. Oh, I love Jason Kelsey.
He got
And when he takes his shirt off and acts like the big Yeti that he looks like, I love it.
yeah.
But he's not playing football right then. He
No.
was in a private suite doing his thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. I know there was probably 500,000 or 600,000 people there. Over half of that, if not more, was little kids.
Oh yeah.
Like for every 2 to 3 adults you saw, there were 5 kids.
Yeah.
And those kids, all they wanted was to see them. What kind of image does that put in their head? I mean, I'm not trying to preach because I'm sitting here drinking a Monster, the Beast tea, but what kind of image does that put in a kid's head that this person they idolize is so damn drunk they can't stand up?
Right.
I
I
just
think
think
they
some
said
of
that.
it could have been
I
done different.
think they've said that before, but I mean, I can see them having a certain limit, just so they're still in the right state of mind for when they get on the stage and they're talking to people and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. But I mean,
They all got agents.
oh yeah, they all got money.
They need their agents
But I still
to
feel like
keep
the
them in
owner
check.
should, the company. I mean, Andy Reid as a coach. Everybody on that team fucking idolizes him and looks up to him. I feel like if
I
he
bet
was
Andy
like,
wasn't hammered drunk and
No.
barely standing up.
I bet you if he was just like, you're fucking done, they would probably stop. And I mean, yes, they're grown ass adults. That's their decision. That's their image that they're making for themselves. But it's like, back to what I said before that I don't think they should allow alcohol at the parades. Because my thing
I don't
is,
think you're
I
wrong.
don't know if the people who were doing the shooting, if they were intoxicated, if the people fucking with them were intoxicated, because
And
it's
if
like
you're gonna
everybody
allow
else.
alcohol, let's take Arrowhead for instance. If you're gonna allow alcohol, then you need metal detectors.
Right.
If you're gonna allow people to get chemically impaired,
I mean, shit,
Because-
you go to Arrowhead, they have metal detectors, they have dogs that smell.
because when I go to Arrowhead,
Yeah.
I don't carry a gun.
No, you can't.
And I do get chemically impaired because I like to drink beer. I like to watch football.
I got hammered at the game I went to.
In the same aspect, I went to that parade. I had a gun on me, and I didn't drink a drop.
Yeah.
Those are just two things you don't mix.
Right.
So if you're going to have one, I think they need to eliminate the other. I fully agree with you. If they're going to allow beer, they need to put in metal detectors.
If everybody who's going in is not being searched or checked,
Then they shouldn't allow alcohol.
you shouldn't allow alcohol.
No.
If they have setups where you have to go through security to get in,
Okay then.
that's fine. Sell alcohol there. Don't let people bring their own shit.
Right.
Just do the same concept.
Because it was literally like an old school back in my day street dance.
Yeah.
Like there were people dragging coolers everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
right out in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Dragging coolers up there. We're drunk. We had guys standing behind us. Granted, they were all great. I just want to say where we were at, we had a great group of people.
Yeah.
There was a guy, you know, the big boom boxes that all the kids take to the baseball games.
Yeah.
And sit in the dugout.
Playing music and shit.
There was a guy had one of them. We were right in front of UMB Bank on Grand, and they've got these big marble shelves.
I worked on that bank.
Yeah, he set his boombox up on that marble shelf, cranked that bad boy, and we was listening to Red Kingdom, and he just had this whole Chiefs playlist that kept going over and over and over. Had a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. But it's like I'm curious to know if those people who did what they did were impaired at all on anything. Because you also got to think in Missouri, marijuana is legal.
And the devil's lettuce, you can smell it everywhere down there.
Oh,
That's the other thing too.
The devil's lettuce. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's the other thing too. I realize it's legal in that state,
Yeah.
but do you really need to be smoking it in the middle of the street?
No.
I mean, I don't know how many times I had a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old, and I think one of them's possibly 9, ask me, what's that smell?
Yeah.
I don't think babies should have to be explained to what the smell of weed is.
No.
That's the other issue with this world. Like, why are my kids, why are my friends' kids, why are these babies having to be exposed to all this nasty stuff?
Well, I mean, they're legalizing it.
I know, but give them time to grow up first.
Yeah. That.
I'm totally okay with legalizing it. I think it's got a whole lot of really good aspects.
Yeah.
Do it at home.
Right.
Do it in a bar. Do it
Say
somewhere
that, but
else.
Like, you know how you said your whole California trip a minute ago?
Yeah, I know.
My
No.
uncle went on a business trip to California.
Right.
He smoked cigarettes.
Right.
He was outside his hotel in the smoking section, smoking a cigarette, and a cop walked by and said, "If you don't put that out, I'm gonna write you a ticket." There was a guy standing 5 feet from him smoking marijuana.
And didn't say thank you.
Didn't say a word because marijuana is legal out there. Which
See,
is
and
fine.
I'm all for legalizing it,
Yeah.
but there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah. I don't want to walk down the street smoking a joint.
Do I sit here and do a podcast and drink alcohol? You bet your ass.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, right on the corner of bumfuck, and you got a pretty mouth. And drinking.
I do.
He doesn't. It was just a phrase that I like to use.
Damn it.
But I mean, I'm drinking. Everything's great. I don't have to drive. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's okay to do it in a big, busy situation like that.
No.
It's not okay for some guy to be chiefing on a big ass joint or a blunt or whatever the hell it was, less than 10 feet from a kid.
Eat edibles, for fuck's sake.
Right. But I mean, it was,
They make those.
it really was bad.
Yeah.
Like, I thought we were at a freaking ZZ Top or Led Zeppelin concert. The
Rockfest all
smell.
over again.
Yeah, it was, dude, it was super strong. And I'm not kidding you. There were babies. There were literally women standing there with infants covered up in Chiefs blankets on the parade route right next to me, having to breathe that shit in.
So, brings up a question.
I didn't smoke a cigarette even while I was down
Do
there.
you think, well, we had pouches.
Right, but I mean,
do you
it's
think-
just out of respect.
Yeah. Do you think next year, say for instance, the Chiefs do the unthinkable,
They're gonna win
And
again, 3 in a row.
and they are the first team to ever do 3 in a row,
They're gonna
they
be.
have another parade. Do you think it's going to be different after what
I
just
do.
happened?
I do. I genuinely do, and I
Do you
hate
think
that.
what we talked about is going to be some of it may be implied to
Yeah, I do.
no alcohol, or they're going to be doing have the dogs walk around, and
Yeah, I mean, which sucks because they're gonna take some of the fun out of it.
Oh yeah,
We've been pretty fortunate. The last two parades went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
Everybody had a good time. I also attribute that to weather
Oh yeah.
because the first two it was super cold
Mm-hmm.
and people were standing out there freezing and they partied as long as the players were in front of them and then they were like, wow, we got to get out of this wind.
Yeah.
So everybody was pretty good in that aspect. This year was a little seasonably better.
Yeah.
And it gave people time to hang out longer and get more intoxicated, cause the issues that we had.
Makes
I hate it, but you are absolutely right. There will be stipulations from now on.
That might be something like a league-wide thing. Like if other cities are going to go, well, we saw what happened in Kansas City. Maybe we need to do a better fucking
Yeah, you
job.
know how crazy stuff is.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna take this and they're gonna snowball it out of control.
Yeah.
And there's gonna
It
be
fucking sucks that it started in Kansas City.
it does.
Like
It really does. Because I up until what, yesterday?
yeah,
Up until yesterday when this all happened, no, it was
2 days ago.
Up until 2 days ago, I was convinced that's why I like living in the Midwest.
Yeah.
You hear about all this stuff on the TV and all these other states, but
Most disasters.
in my mind, I'm like, our people don't do that.
yeah.
Our people don't do that. Well, guess what? I guess
You
our
fucked that up.
people do too.
Before this, most disasters we had were just fucking tornadoes.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
And I hate that it had to come to Kansas City, and I hate that. I mean, from what I've heard, the downtown AC is getting pretty rough,
Oh yeah.
and didn't used to be. I mean, not on a Chicago level, but it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
And I hate that we can't even get a whole bunch of people together and celebrate a football team without some bullshit happening.
Yeah.
Sucks. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it was a blast. The Chiefs freaking won the Super Bowl, and I had a ball.
It was hell.
Other than the Debbie Downer we've been talking about, it was an absolute blast.
Yeah. Well,
And on a better note, he's gonna get me all of the stuff for the podcast so I can share some of my videos off of my personal pages to it of shed hunting. But I found a giant yesterday. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I found a giant. And I knew he was big.
here we fucking go.
I knew he was
Oh, that was
big
you, I
because I
think.
have trail kit pictures of him. But I honestly never thought I'd find anything off of him. It was you?
No, it was you.
Okay. But I found half. So I'm going to go beat the brakes off of my boots tomorrow, and I'm going to find that other half.
Yeah.
I know which way it's going. I know kind of where I need to be.
Hopefully it's not this fucking cold.
Oh, I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's a giant Easter egg hunt, man.
Yeah.
Once I find one like that, like, I'm humming. I can't wait for us to get out of there tomorrow so I can beat the brush.
I have editing to do.
Well, if you get bored and you want to go, tomorrow's the day.
I have editing to do.
You have editing to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I wish we wish our subscribers would share the shit of this so we can have someone do it. For us.
Oh, we could hire an editor.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really the only subject I had, but I'm trying to think of anything else that pops in my brain.
I mean, we got stuff coming up, merch store.
Hopefully.
We got stuff coming up pretty soon, I think.
I know.
Now that the Super Bowl's over, we can get the hats rolling. We can get everything going.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be a recurring thing. We'll have them more available.
Why is my brain empty?
Well, because
what else
it's
to
been
talk
a
about.
long week.
Very.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Give me a drink.
A
good song.
do you know what I want to do one of these days?
What is that?
Whenever we get the new setup, I'm gonna do like a reaction video.
Okay.
Like find some funny ass videos or some crazy shit on like TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. Any
Okay.
reactions to it?
Yeah, like weird shit like that. I was trying to think.
What kind of time are we looking at right now?
At time we're looking at?
Have we been on here too long?
No, we're not even an hour yet.
Not even in an hour?
55 minutes.
Man, we blasted through that quick.
I know. Well, I'm trying to scroll on my phone to find something to talk about, but all it is a depressing dog.
The infinite scroll.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'd like to know people's feedbacks on what happened. And,
Yeah, I'd like your opinion.
you know, like what you would do or how you think it should be changed or whatever.
I'm kind of anxious to see what reels we end up coming off of with that app or with that software you got.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be some.
There's
going to be some controversial ones. I can tell just because of my mouth running,
Oh,
and people are going to be some hating.
maybe
gonna be
next time
some
I
hate.
should talk to you again.
I mean, they already
Well,
called me
because I
60.
said, what the fuck did I say? I don't know what I said.
Something about taking meat to somebody, and you pissed that
Oh, it
one
was
lady
something
off.
about how, like, you know, whenever we used to go hunting, all fucking farmers needed was fucking meat and this and that, and it was, you chose to sell the land. I don't own fucking land. The whole story was, when we went to hunt, we would give them meat.
Yeah.
Where did you
But-
get? You sold the fucking land.
Well, you said something about people from the city coming down and buying up all
Oh,
the
it's
land.
because they fucking do.
And she's like, "Well, you sold the land," which I get what she's trying to say, but not very many people sell land.
No.
If you got it and you can hunt on it, you keep it.
If you can afford the price of our land down here because prime hunting land, for all fucking means.
I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
you gotta run.
If you want to pay $5,000-6,000 an acre, go for it.
You gotta run livestock on part of it
Yeah.
just to cover your taxes.
And all I was saying was, it's annoying when you buy it and you do fucking nothing with it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just sits there.
Yeah.
It's not having any use to you whatsoever. You're paying taxes on it. It's doing you no fucking good. All because you had the thought, oh, well, I kind of want to go down there and kill something. And then you do, and then you realize that you don't want to do it anymore. So you own 40, 60, 80 acres.
On the plus side, though, it is a great investment.
Oh, it is.
If you're gonna put your money into anything, put it into land.
Land is like buying guns. The price
It's
only
gold.
goes up.
It's gold.
I mean, so speaking of guns, I want to shoot some more guns.
Well, and I was gonna bring that up too. Now that the weather's I want to say it's getting ready to get good.
Kansas said, "Hold my beer."
But yeah, Kansas has done that a bunch here lately. Hey, want a 70-degree day? Good. We're going to follow it with 6 inches of snow and 20 degrees. So once bipolar Mother Nature slows her roll and we get back to some good weather, we are going to have some shooting videos coming up too.
Yeah, hopefully more shed videos.
Oh, I've got a bunch of shed videos.
Yeah,
You just got to get me all the passwords and all that happy ho horse shit, and I can get her
the
all
problem
hooked
is
up.
most of them are saved on my PC, but they should all be the same exact one.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I can get on our TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever I need to get on and put them on there, or I can send them to you and you can use them as shorts
Mm-hmm.
for send them to you on Google Drive.
Yeah.
And you can do that because I got a bunch. I don't even know how many sheds I've found so far this year. I've kind of lost track. I got to start counting so I can keep up with it.
Otherwise, shout out to your wife for blowing us off tonight.
Yeah, we gave her the choice to come up and hang out. She was kind of bored. Come up and hang out and be on the podcast. And she's beautiful. I mean, you guys would be like, wow. But, yeah, no, she turned us down.
I'd be scared to have Molly on here. She'd just shit talk me the whole time.
Mine probably would too.
She'd be like,
She'd shit talk you too. I mean, or me.
probably. Known her forever. I didn't really know her personally, like super close to her. I just know her,
Well, that's probably the safest way to keep it.
right?
There's days where I wish I didn't know her
I
personally.
mean, she scares me.
Super tough. Dynamite comes in small packages. She ain't very big,
Right?
but she got big attitude.
Um,
Love you, babe. Don't kill me.
dude, I'm drawing a fucking blank on what. You know, the sad thing is when we end this recording, something is gonna fucking pop in my head,
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, God, we should have talked about it.
right? Well, not like I don't sound like that, but
He sounds worse.
yeah.
God, we should have talked about it.
Right. But no, we just kind of wanted to see everyone how you would react in situations like that, or like we talked about someone breaking in your home, like concealed carry. Like, I mean, there's a lot of subjects in there. I feel
There
like
is.
that we
There
got
is.
covered in a short time frame. But I mean,
But the whole parade thing, I think, was the biggest thing we wanted to talk about because I don't think you really know what you do in that situation until you're put in it.
Because no one's expecting it.
Nobody was expecting it.
Like, that's the shitty thing.
And I hate that it had to happen. And I hope everybody is okay or recovers from it or what have you. I'm sure there's going to be 50 million people. Oh, I have PTSD because of it now. I think that's out of proportion as well. I have PTSD because I trusted a fart when I was 12.
God, if this makes it to a fucking short video. Holy shit. Hopefully our first viral TikTok video is not that.
PTSD from taking a poop.
No, I'm just saying, people saying PTSD gets taken out of proportion. But
Oh, yeah, I know. But it is what it is. I mean,
and on that
note,
we want to wish you guys a great weekend.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. That's time of year.
We're not even drunk. And we're
Happy
saying
Hanukkah. Christmas, Hanukkah.
We've been up since 4 and we worked till fucking 4.
We did. And we're doing it again tomorrow.
Woo! Roll my gloves.
Everybody talking about a 3-day weekend. I just want a 1-day weekend.
Hopefully, share the content. I mean, even if it's a stupid fucking reel that you disagree with, share it to your friend who's going to disagree and he can shit talk us too. I love the fact that we have almost just as many likes as dislikes on our shorts and everything, which is great.
Yeah, it is great.
Because haters still make content push through the
Haters gonna hate.
But anyways, unless you have anything else to talk about, hopefully the website I use to help with our shorts and reels and everything is fucking working. I didn't have time to check today. He's like, anyways.
I just wanted to pretend I had something to say and not really say anything.
Subscribe, follow, fucking dislike.
On the Twitter face.
I don't care. I don't even fuck with Twitter because it's useless. Because the sad thing is you're gonna have to start paying for fucking Twitter. So who gives a shit?
Really?
Probably.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that was a rumor. Then there's also rumors where your subscribers might have to pay a monthly subscription to your Twitter channel to see the shit you post. Which, by the way, I'm the only follower on our Twitter page.
Yeah, because I don't even have Twitter.
Mine's just my gaming page that no longer exists. But yeah.
Check us out on YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify,
Facebook, Instagram. I always say Twitter face, even though that's not even really one.
OnlyFans coming soon.
Only dads.
Only dads. I like it.
I have seen a guy on TikTok that they're selling hats that says only dads.
So yeah, I fucking saw that.
I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I want the shirts that says, "My guns are not your fucking problem."
I just want to put peanut butter on my feet and become a millionaire.
I mean, we have a story about a girl
Is that
who
a
did
thing?
that.
Oh.
I'll
start it OnlyFans. I got built gnarly size 14 feet, so it's got to be a fetish to somebody.
2.5-inch dick.
But I got to be honest, I'm not selling my dignity. Not happening.
Like Cat Williams says, I'm going to die a virgin of not fucking dick and not taking in the ass.
That's right.
If we
That's
come
right.
missing tomorrow, Hollywood found us.
I'm out.
But anyways, see you guys later.
God bless. Love y'all. Have a good one.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, he's still recording.